All right, I think we should be live. Good to go. People having fun. Another episode of Sunday Coding with Uncle Rockstar. Um, Showing you what we do on BTC Pay server. How we are developing, how we're doing all this stuff in the background, and hopefully trailblazing the path for new developers that want to get into Bitcoin and don't know where to start, where to make use of their skills. As always, yeah, I will be following your comments on on Twitter. I will also try to follow comments on YouTube. See, Bernard was a little bit impatient. He's like, "How long before this starts?" Bernard, my man, like I'm going to try and make this happen. Like actually start at 1. Let's see how many episodes we need to actually like start at 1. But this was much better than the last time, right? Like last time we waited for 10, 15 minutes. Like that's that academic water, right? Like academic 15 minutes. It's well-known concept, like us super smart people. Yeah, we just can't start on time, man. What can I tell you? Yeah, 10, 15. So give me always academic water. What can I do? Let's see, Umar is there. Hey, man. And our manager, project manager, Pavlinix, project manager and janitor, what it is. So it's like Pavlinix. Kind of curious, man, how you're doing with COVID. See, this is why I like Bitcoin Twitter. It's like nice community, people doing stuff together. Now we have more and more people getting COVID, so I'm kind of curious to hear their thoughts on that. But to get back to coding, yeah, the stuff that we will be doing today is trying, not to get into the Twitter feed, but instead you go from here and you switch. Here you switch in some nice IDE, you switch on GitHub, you look at the issues, what's open, what needs to be done. And as I promised, what we will be doing, we will see, okay, how do we get from LND 11.0 to the latest version of LND, which I think they're just releasing RC5. Like, this is so funny. I mean, I was just going to say, yeah, like Rockstars, they just like all their stuff passes, and the reason why this doesn't pass is because, yeah, what can I do? I forked from LND repo, and because of that, they're doing like on GitHub. They just started doing GitHub workflows, so some stuff in there is not working as expected. What we use on like forked repository of LND is like Circle CI, and we have our own like pipeline that, of course, like it works because it's coded by Rockstar. so yeah, I mean, let's make use of this. Let's make use of this. Let's see what changed between LND versions, because this is the last one we released. And the way that we tag LND versions in here is that we have these version branches and then version tags here, so you can quickly navigate to different points in time on this repository. And what we now need to navigate to is we need to find LND zone beta RC5, which should be the latest. Yes, roast beef tag, that one. And now we need to add the goodies that we require in BTC Pay server on top of this. Yeah, one one thing that like I got feedback from some people is like, man, you're going like, too deep. Like, what are the basics? Like, how do you get into all this? And for me, really, what I want to do with this video streams is like I want to jump into something like this that's pretty advanced because, as I said, like if you're looking for basic tutorials on stuff, I mean, YouTube is swarming with those like youtube.com, and we say basics of GitHub, and yeah, or you're like basics of Git for beginners. Like one thing you do need to find, like it's an Indian tutorial. Like it needs to be Indian guy teaching you. Like I love them. I love them. I need to find where does that mean. Like Indian YouTube tutorials. Yeah, I knew I missed something in preparation for this cast. I need to do more memes. It's like Indian programming YouTube. Meme programmer humor. Nah, of course I can't find it now. But anyways, yeah, that's my point. So the great thing, like, and why this is recorded is that yeah, you can maybe see my mistakes. You can maybe send the feedback because on the last screencast there were like few people that reached out to me after those screencasts is like, oh man, like this is easy. If this is all like super easy for you, like reach out to me, like DM me, let's work together, let's get you on BTC Pay server so that you can do a better job than me. Yeah, I mean, definitely, let's go. So I will see how what will be the comments here and on this cast. But yeah, if it's easy for you, like let's work together. So editor that I will be using, like I usually use Visual Studio for development, but I also use Visual Studio Code for stuff like this that's not necessarily C# development. But over here, what I will need to do is you will see, as you see here in terminal, like in preparation for this, I was testing the update. So here it's like bash script, it's building Docker container, which is what we need to do to test locally. So yeah, let's get back to it. First thing that we need to do over here is let's create our own branch on top of what roast beef did, and the convention that we use, we say like, okay, version 0.12.0, and this is beta RC5 release candidate 5, and we check out the branch so that yeah, seems they're just developing something, so that we can get our own BTC Pay server goodies on top of this. And this is actually something that we work together with roast beef and LND crew to unify the containers. So what they did is they essentially looked at some of the stuff that we used, and they provided those options upstream, you know, in the LND itself. So one thing that we had for local testing is that we didn't want like HTTPS. Like what's the point? You're running locally on your machine. Nobody will intercept your calls. And what they did, they added that new option here in LND. So if we look at, for example, say how we released LND 11.0, we had this like add not TLS option that Nicholas coded back in the day with RPC server, and that's now included. And in the meantime, I was testing um, how that will work with no TLS. And I then squashed all our requirements here in this commit. And then because there were some tweaking with our auto auto init script. Yeah, say initialization. Yeah, this must be a great moment. But auto init, you just shortened the word. Um, we needed this parameter, so I got it in. And yeah, now all we need are these two commits on top of LND. So yeah, we can do that. The way that you usually like add commits like that on top of your branch that you checked out is you do the what's calling it like cherry picking. And yeah, Umar, you can start another cast, another Jitsi meet, so you can annoy me better while I'm doing this. Because in the end, it's all I'm telling you, like having fun together and showing what we do on BTC-based servers, so that people that want to help, this is how you can help. So to get back here, beta node TLS, yeah. So let's cherry pick these two commits, get them on top, and then let's see if there are any conflicts. No conflicts. And adding environment variable. I'm now thinking if I can say auto initialization. Man, English can be so hard for us immigrants. So yeah, we now have these two commits on top of here. That's checked out. And if we navigate to editor, let's see, docker init, here is the parameter now. Because if I, no, where is it? Here it is. If I revert, let me delete my master because I have it on origin. It won't let me delete it because I haven't merged that, so I force delete. And let's go in here. And I navigate back up here so I can now check out master. Master is good. LND rest host. Deleted. Yes. Okay, I was confused like why the parameter didn't change. So this is quite interesting how Visual Studio code. So you can see there our files are missing that we added in this commit. We switch back to that. Files are back. It's not deleted. This is why I love when you do Git with UI. It's so much easier to see where you're at, navigate quickly. But thinking maybe one episode we get somebody who's great with command line Git, and then we teach that. We'll see. I do plan to have some guests on this stream, so in comments if you all have a suggestion on who you would love to see on this stream, like let me know. I know who we can get. One guy that I definitely want to get as soon as possible is my man Justin, because he does this a lot, like education, Bitcoin, see, stuff like this. Have fun staying poor. Yeah, I don't know if I should get have fun staying poor Udi on the stream, but it depends on how much fun we want to have. But yeah, one thing that definitely I want to use this stream for is just to connect with all the great stuff that people have already done in the community. You know, if you go to Mooniversity, what it is, Justin Sun and Moon. Like, by the way, that was awesome announcement. Where it is, Square Crypto. Where is the announcement that Justin got grant? Yeah. It's like Justin Sun and Moon. It's like Pokemon. Yeah. Oh man, so much fun. So yeah, Justin, like, take a look at what he's doing. Learn to code, set up, follow, and that's the thing. Like, his like American, so it's like native English, not my immigrant English, and he has a good diction. Let's see how he prepares for streams way better than me. Let's see that.
Hello and welcome to Mooniversity, an introductory coding class for Bitcoin enthusiasts. My name is Justin. I'm going to be teaching the course. A little bit about me. In the past 6 months, I've been teaching an online intensive.
See that diction? See that smooth like writing? No man, I need to get better, but what can I do? Yeah, for now you're stuck with me, and yeah, if you want to see how to update LND, that's it. Yeah, you're stuck with me. We'll see when we can get Justin. But to get back to what we were doing, yeah, we added these two commits, and now that they're in, we actually can build the container the way that I did it previously. So if you take a look at what we use on Circle CI to build those containers, you will see we essentially have one job, two jobs, three, and then fourth. So we build for three different architectures, which is like regular AMD 64, ARM 32, and ARM 64. This is like V7, yeah, ARM 32, V7. This is like ARM 64, V8. So for embedded devices, and then the fourth job is just to unify and create like multi-architecture Docker containers, so that when you're pulling from Docker Hub, you can essentially say, oh, just give me BTC Pay Server LND 0.11, something like that. You don't need to specify that it's AMD 64, or you can actually. I mean, it's up to you, but multi-arch is great because it will give you automatic selection. So yeah, if you go here, you will see all the tags that we have. So you see, like, this is multi-arch that supports three different architectures. And then if you want, well, this is interesting, they're not auto detecting. Maybe this is like, I don't know, but if somebody in comments knows, this may be like on which architecture was this built, because we are building on Linux AMD 64, and then we're using that special compatibility mode to actually build for embedded devices. But yeah, all we need from here is docker build command, where we say, okay, we want to build the container, and we're using this Docker file, and we need to give it a tag, proper tag. So we say, okay, this will be a local image. This is LND, and it's version 0.12, beta, it's RC5, and it's like Rockstars on stream, right? And we press enter. There we go, building Docker container that we will be able to then test locally. So this is now all. If we navigate to the Docker file, we're using Linux, it's this one. We can see what commands are actually creating this output. So let's see, this one should be from make file. Where is the make file? Yeah, here it is. So all this is from like make install tags, because it's running a make on a make file. And yeah, that one is huge. What can you do? You need to compile binary somehow. Okay, and that's it. What we are doing on BTC Pay server LND images is that we have this custom entry point where we are initializing and unlocking LND automatically. Where it is. So where are we doing that? Just to see. Docker entry point. Yeah. And then Docker entry point has some special changing of parameters that are in, and eventually it does start this unlocker of LND. And the reason why this is so hectic is because I needed to maintain the backwards compatibility when I was doing bash foo and changing this bash script. But pretty much like this is done. If anybody is there like, oh, Rockstar, this is so easy, this and that. Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to take over updating LND containers, I'm all up for it. You just need to come to chat.btcpay server and just let me know. I mean, see, this is a destruct. Sorry, destruct. Now you are doxed. Last episode it was Pavlonex. Now this episode destruct. We'll see for next episode. Maybe we can get Nicholas. But yeah, if you let me move this. Yeah, if you want to just come to chat BTC Pay server and we have fun, you know. Cooks is here to comment. Dennis, Pavlonek, drunk podcasts are the best ones. Yeah, guys, be more professional. Yeah, come have fun with us, because on Lightning also, for Lightning specifically, we do have a channel, and we're fixing RTL issues. There we go. Closed. Huh. Yeah, merge PR, nice. So yeah, what do YouTube comments say? Learn how to dox teammates 101. Yeah, that's what we're doing on Sunday coding with Uncle Rockstar, doxing teammates. But to get back to LND, we now have the container built locally, and we need to get it up and running in local stack and see that everything is working as expected. For that, we will need to update it in Docker Compose file. But before we do that, let's just use the old container and see how things are. So we go Docker Compose up the dev. The way that I open this console, like terminal, like bash terminal, is I have the shortcut for, you know, open command line, and then you can choose PowerShell, developer command prompt, or git bash, and I have this shortcut for it. So if I want to open bash terminal in that directory, I just use the shortcut. It opens on my other monitor, so I drag it over here, and there we go. Now I can bash foo. But yeah, let's use this window because it's bigger. Already resized it, so let's go. Bringing up development environment. Verifying that everything is up and running. We have the old LNDs, two of them. One is for merchant, one is for customer. For merchant, the one it's on port 35531. Customer is 35532. And yeah, I mean, if we now start BTC Pay server, we should get fresh instance. While starting, I think which other teammate to docs. I mean, what can I do with Destruct? I mean, he needed to create me a thumbnail. But yeah, nobody wants to support my efforts. That's why I'm glad to have you guys on the stream. And girls. And everyone else. So let's go. We go here. Test store. Create. And let's set up Lightning. So connection string. Now when you click here, by default we use C Lightning, and that one is a different port. If you navigate here, you should see, where is the C Lightning? So the port is 30993. 30993, yeah. So this is like, we have Lightning D on top of C Lightning, because yes, C Lightning still works with Unix sockets, or I don't know, I need to. So if it does, then you need something that on top of that to function. That's why I think Nicholas used Lightning D. But what we want LND. So we need to type equals LND rest. We follow the documentation here, and then we say server is on HTTPS. We can say that it's like localhost, and the port should be 35531. Just for a good measure, we can say insecure. What it is like? Oh, maybe it will work without insecure. Let's see, because it's HTTPS. No. Because what is happening is maybe the certificate is not good enough. So, or is it localhost, or can you do it through IP? No. Allow insecure equals true, because maybe a certificate doesn't match. So we say, okay, doesn't matter. We will go with whatever certificate is on this address. So allow insecure. Testing connection. Host Docker internal. Yeah, this was the problem with certificate, definitely, because we're using HTTPS. So then we need this flag as well. So submit Lightning node connected. Let's define on chain as well, just because Pavlonex is on the stream and he'll be triggered by old UI that's now being improved by Dennis and Destruct. Yeah, maybe I can dox Dennis. That will be the next teammate that I dox. But now, yeah, we have store connected to wallet, to Lightning node. Go to invoices, and now if we create an invoice, that invoice, yeah, object reference not set to. Great. Now I'll submit a PR during the stream to fix this bug, but this actually shouldn't, yeah, it shouldn't stop the operation. It's more that it's handling it on catch, but still needs to be fixed. Anyways, stick with updating LND. Oh, interesting. It didn't create LND. Because sometimes node is still not ready. Docker logs, we take a look at 73E4. Just didn't create the invoice fast enough. It's kind of funny. Yeah, because I was looking at network fee probably. Nice one. Need to fix that one. But essentially, yeah, now if you don't have a breakpoint enabled, like if you're not in debug mode and you're not catching all the exceptions, you will get Bitcoin and Lightning payment pay either on chain or off chain. And yeah, you will be able to do that if you connected your LND node. But the reason why we're here is because we want this only, not with LND 0.11, but the new LND that we just built. How will we do that? Well, we do have the container. We just need to place it to update the container used here. However, because of all the changes that I was telling you about that we're doing with Lightning Crew, it won't be as simple. If you navigate to btcpayserver.lightning repository, which is a library that we have built in order to if you're using C#, you can essentially interact with all these LND implementations. Over here, I've opened the pull request where I'm switching to container, and I was testing what a Lightning Crew was doing with adding this parameter no TLS. So if we take a look at the resulting changes, it's not just that we are going to add the new parameter, is that changes will require us to also update other parameters. For example, like this RPC user and RPC pass. Previously we didn't require them, but the container that we will be using, that's from LND, it will require them. So how do we get this new container up and running? Well, first of all, we need to use the tag that we defined when we were building the container. So let's go like this, copy, and we say paste here. Then RPC listen and RPC listen, they now need, let's see, there are people joining. That's what I love to see. Let's go. We need RPC listen, so we need it on the host. This like host is special here, so we need to define also this parameter. So the host name on BTC Pay server is merchant LND, so RPC listen will go here. REST listen will also go merchant LND, and then we need the new parameter, which is LND REST listen host. But that one should also, right, be merchant LND, because BTC Pay server we have this like merchant LND and customer LND. Customer LND we obviously use for testing, like automated tests. Like we create invoice using merchant LND, and then customer LND pays that invoice. So yeah, those were the changes. And then we also have RPC user that we didn't previously require. We use these two parameters because I think if we navigate to Bitcoin D, there we go. We were defining RPC user and RPC password. That's where those values come from. And then from the last stream, control minus, we navigate where we were previously. We go all the way to merchant LND and see what else we need to add. We need to add no TLS. No TLS. However, I remember from the conversations we were having that I think they updated the parameter name. Let's see what was done. disable TLS, sample config, change the argument name to no TLS, no rest TLS. So yeah, developers gold plating variable names. That's you'll love to see that. So because we added cherry picked on top of those that branch, like our parameter is no longer not no TLS. It should be no rest TLS, and that should be it. Now, if we do docker compose up ddev, like that previous merchant LND container should be updated. So if I like with the new 0.12 container, here we go. See that it was updated, and we now take a look at all the containers running. Here is our new container, still merchant LND container. We look at here and we say docker logs 4539, just use first 4 characters, and we look through logs. LND unlock, it was waiting, it unlocked LND, and this is up and running. So we have the container up and running. So yeah, I mean, will this work? Let's see. And no comments, no questions. Like the number of viewers is actually rising, but everybody is silent. Like everybody must be in awe of my Rockstar development. Everybody's like watching and saying, wow, what this guy is doing is fantastic. Something like, let's see the comments, if there are comments. No, everybody's silent. It's great. Well, I'll try to keep you guys shocked for 20 more minutes in awe. Yeah, so we'll just keep going. If there are any questions or comments, just either drop them on YouTube comments or on Twitter. And in the meantime, let's keep pushing. 20 minutes, we got this. I was kind of scared. Not scared, man. Worried. Yeah, worried is the right word in English. That we're not going to get all this in 1 hour, but so far, like we're ahead. So we started BTC Pay server. It's up and running. Yeah, Omar, it looks easy because Rockstar is doing it exactly. But I'm now thinking we're going to run into a problem. Let's see if we can now create an invoice. Say 5 USD create. Good old that bug. And let's see. Yeah, see. Just one payment method. If we go another time, create bug. And is it 2 payment methods? No, just one. So when you this happens, like usually your connection with LND is silently failing. We didn't wanna do this in a way that's like, oh, your one payment method is not working, you can't create an invoice. So something is wrong with the connection to LND. Over here it says enabled, but the thing is, like, this is also not something that we can do in the UI because I'm updating just one container in my local development environment. But yeah, something is wrong with connection with LND. In one way you can debug this is in preparation, yeah, for the cast. I was actually doing it like this, where you can see, you can use Postman to submit HTTP requests to LND, and it's like, what is ours? Yeah, it's HTTP S versus HTTP, which makes sense because, yeah, what we did, we changed that parameter on container, and we were saying, don't give me HTTPS, so it shouldn't be HTTPS. Yeah, it's not using. So we must keep allowing secure here, and if we test connection over here, now it should work. Should work. Yeah. And we can also, the great thing about Postman is that now when you have this development environment up and running using like BTC Pay Server, this whole stack and the Docker containers that we have, is that you have a great development environment if you want to work on top of the Lightning. So now you just want to explore LND API, just go here, like I want to try creating an invoice that says, hello everyone watching. And we say the invoice will expire like 2 hours, 20 sats. You send it in, you get the LN invoice, and yeah, you can go and decode LN invoice. Huge domains. Right. See. Online. And one thing, yeah, if you're not satisfied with search results of DuckDuckGo, you can always append G exclamation to redirects you to Google, and there we go. We can decode that LN invoice, and it's for our on our reg test, so it won't work anywhere else. But you can play with Lightning LND API, and you can also find this reference that they have, like documentation. So if we wanted the oldest or the Lightning service, so if we wanted to say open channel, we would find opening channel. Where is the, so this is shell JavaScript. Kind of curious. Yeah, we would see what is the JSON required, which fields are required, and then we would populate in Postman. Like what is is it a post? Is it a get? To see somewhere. Who's Python? Do they have like libraries for Python, or this is all? Yeah, this is all gRPC examples. Let you go on wrapper. Need to find, like, I'm sure there should be a Swagger file in here that you could import into Postman, and then you would get all these like HTTP, like REST requests, and you would just change the parameters and play with it. But let's see what happened. Did our connection succeeded? Yes, it did. So now that we have updated the connection, if we go and we create the invoice, the bug will pop up. Yes, sir. But we should also, yeah, we're back and running. This LND container that we built, like 0.12, is working and ready to go. Now what I would do over here locally is that I would also run the tests that we have, and majority of our tests that have to do with Lightning are in unit test 1, so that's what I would run. Another suite of tests that I am running is on that other repository that we have, this wrapper, BTC Pay Server Lightning. And this is the first project that would get this new container so that it would test how it works. So the way that I did it for this PR, like I open a PR here, and I change in the Docker file of this project, like which container it's used. Um, so that when these tests on PR run, they're using that new container. But now, yeah, like how can this GitHub project actually use my local container? Somebody will ask. Well, obviously it can't. What instead it can do, and this is still running, 6 failed. See, something is wrong here. What is wrong? Well, what is likely wrong is that we still have HTTPS somewhere here. Let's see, activate lightning. There we go. See, so this needs to be updated. Merchant LND. Let's see if we go HTTPS, no longer HTTPS's. And now we let all of these run. Come on, come on. Let all of those run. I mean, thinking about it, yeah, we also, yeah, but we didn't have no TLS locally. We were actually using HTTPS for local development environments, but then on production we were not using it. It's kind of funny. So we should go payment LND, run it. This now should pass with LND rest. Being used by another process. It's so funny. There we go. See? All the tests that are failing now fail no longer. But yeah, the last thing that we need to show is to keep testing now that we are confident in this container, and we want to push it for testing outside of, you know, like it works on my computer. Good old, it works on my computer. So what we will actually do, the way that we are doing that, we want Circle CI pipeline to actually do all of this that I was doing locally. And the way that we do that is we go all the way back and we need to tag. See, these are all the old tags that we did, and the last one is 0.11 beta no TLS. So that's what we are going to tag this commit with. Only we're going to say based on v0.12 beta rc5, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, tag this. I've pushed the tag. Now if we navigate here, we'll see who to docs now. No, yeah, I was like, is there a discussion on the stream? No, but we will see it in next episode, I guarantee. We can see that that tag hit the origin repository, and now what's happening is that if we navigate back to our forked repository, like there should be actions on Circle CI that we can get through here. We got Circle CI pipelines, BTC Pay server. We need the project that we need is LND, and there we go. We can see that this pipeline is now running and creating Docker containers. Yeah, the same thing that you saw locally on my machine. It's now being done here, but when this is all done, it will actually end up in Docker Hub available to all of you. So if somebody wants to give it a try with this new container, there you go. You will be able to do it. No problems. It should just show up here once the pipeline is done with its thing, which should be what, like 5-6 minutes. Yeah, a little bit more, because these three build and then we have multi-arch and then it's pushing. So yeah, guess we need to announce it on Twitter, or no? Maybe not. Yeah, we announced like new container is ready, and it's like it's actually not. I need to fix something, but I don't expect there will be any problems. Um, we will see. I mean, I will first open a PR here on the BTC Pay Server Lightning repo, and we keep marching on. Keep adding stuff. There we go. 5 minutes before end. This was like perfect timing. So much fun, actually showing how we do all this stuff while people are like keep pushing. Joe Biden. Pierre jumping in. But no, we want to close this. You don't want the chaos. You don't want craziness. You want to stay focused. You want to do stuff that's good, that's spreading positive influence, which is why I love BTC Pay Server. It's such a great community, and the stuff that we're doing together is actually helping so much people, get started. So hopefully this cast is helping developers that want to get started, get into Bitcoin. And as I go with these casts, what I will be doing, I think I'll start going deeper and deeper and deeper. The next episode, I'm thinking maybe we can do a little bit of work with LND API, so that developers that don't have any LND experience, like Lightning experience, can see how they can build their apps on top of Lightning. And that's also where this library can come so useful. Need to do a better job of maybe preparing more of the links and resources, because there are already some projects using this library to build some crazy stuff. Always, I can link to those after the stream ends, which is what I plan to do. And that's it. I mean, if there are no additional questions, no comments, then we're closing this episode of Sunday Coding with Uncle Rockstar. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I'll see you there next week. We just keep pushing, spreading the creed of Bitcoin and development. Yeah. That's it then. Okay. Have fun, everyone. Don't get too lost on Twitter, and see you next Sunday, 1 p.m. I'll announce what we're working on, but it likely will be something with LND API, so that we can have fun on that. See you then. Bye.